Excuse me, God is worthy to be praised. Every day that we wake up, it's important that we give God the glory and the praise. Today, I have a powerful word, and I'm going to break it down to you. Today, I want to talk about God said anytime you are stressing because a man or a woman, you need to leave them both alone. Period. Listen to me. God didn't put you with somebody for you to be stressing. He didn't put you with somebody for you to be worried. God put us with somebody to love us, somebody to care, someone that will take care of us, somebody that will be there for us. Some of y'all that is watching me, if you see people true colors about who they are and what they are doing, you need to continue to pay attention. If they hitting you, slapping you, pushing you, whatever, pay attention to the signs of domestic violence. Pay attention to the signs of how that man, that woman is treating you. You really got to pay attention, and you got to say, Lord, reveal the truth to my eyes so I can see what's going on. Because a lot of us, we can be so blind and we can't see the truth because I love you, I love you too. You love each other. But at the end of the day, that person is damaging your heart. That person is cheating on you. That person is doing all this stuff behind your back because you're not communicating, you're not talking to each other, you're not going out on dates, you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a couple. And what I'm saying to you, if this person is stressing you out, you do not need to be with this person at all because God don't want us to worry. What are you worrying about? What are you stressing about? Why are you allowing your hair to come out? Why are you allowing your teeth to be out? Because you're arguing over a man, you're arguing over a woman. And let me tell you this, if that man, that woman don't want to be with you, that's fine. Let me tell you this, it's so many fishes in the sea that will love you for who you are. Don't let one cookie ruin your day. Don't let one person mess you up. You have to understand that God put you with somebody that love you, that care for you, that will appreciate you for who you are. You should never be with somebody that is stressing you, that's making your hair fall out, that's making you feel like you're not worth anything. Anytime you with somebody like that, it's a shame. You gotta look at people true colors. Look at how they treating you. If you see red signs of them cheating, you see them red signs, they phone, they get alert from other women and all this stuff, other man. You listen, don't be scared to see the truth. I mean, me, back then I seen the truth, and let me tell you this, I approached it. And I said, what is this? What's going on? You tell me you love me, and you send a text message to other women. You with me, and you send a text message to other people. You understand? You don't want to be with somebody where you got to question. I shouldn't have to question where you at. I shouldn't have to question, what you're doing. If you got to question that person, let me tell you this, that person ain't for you. Y'all got to stop stressing yourself out over people that is not worth your time. And I'm being honest with you. You're not even worth my time. You're not even worth my energy. I'm wasting my time talking to you. I'm wasting my time giving my energy to you. I'm wasting my time even trying to fix this relationship with you because I see that you're wasting my time. If you can't see the person trying to change, if you can't see the person trying to do better, then you need to pull yourself back from the situation. You know what? I think we need a break. You know what? I think we need a break. You know what? We need time alone. See, when you talk like that, that's when they want to say, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry, baby. I want to be with you. I'm so sorry. Sometimes you got to pull yourself back. You don't want to be with nobody that's going to try to poison your life and poison your energy. You giving, listen to me. Y'all better wake up. You pouring so much in a relationship and that person ain't doing nothing. You paying the bills. You take care of everything. And all they doing is sitting there looking like a big old fat rat. You gotta help each other. You gotta help each other in a relationship. You gotta help each other. Definitely when you're married, to death do you part. That's what you told God. To death do us part. When you get married, you got to be able to take care of each other. You got to see the signs. If you see the signs there before you got married, you got to talk to that person. I don't care if you're getting $200 a month. It's something. I don't care if you're getting $500. It's something. But some of you men, some of you women, you try to be slick with your money. You want people to do everything for you. Listen, when you married, you got to take care of each other. When you're in a relationship, you need to take care of each other. Ain't no excuse. I'm going to take care of this person. I ain't going to take care of this person. Listen, you got to do what's best to save your relationship. You got to do what's best for you. And if you see each other, you see her stressing over something, you need to talk to her. Baby, what's wrong? Why are you stressing? I'm stressing because, I'm struggling with these bills. Excuse me. And she's stressing. All I'm saying to you is this. Communication is the number one problem in relationship. Believe me or not. Communication is one of the problems in a relationship because a lot of people feel, oh, if I tell them this, they may not understand. And it's very important to communicate to your spouse. I don't care how silly, how dumb the question may be. You need to communicate with each other. You should not be stressing about some bills. You should not be stressing about things. You understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying to you is things gonna work out. If it's meant to be, you both gonna be together. All I'm saying to you, if she's stressing, you're stressing. You gotta come to a point and communicate with each other. Baby, what's wrong? What can I do to fix this problem? What can we do? It can be something about the car broken down. It can be something about a bill that is probably $450 or whatever. I don't know. You gotta figure out what to do. You shouldn't be stressing yourself. You shouldn't be, pulling your hair out and all this crazy stuff. Don't let the devil steal your joy. And I want to tell everybody this. In your relationship, you need to put God first. When you put God first, all of that stuff that you're going through is going to go, it's going to be gone. Because I want you to understand, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. The devil wants your focus to be off. So he's going to do whatever he can. Whatever I can to distract them, whatever I can to get in their way, I got them. All I'm saying to you is put God first, and God will show you what you need to do in your marriage. He will show you what you need to do in your relationship. You have to stop stressing. You stressing yourself out over something that you can't do nothing about. I'm telling you. We stressing about snow. We stressing about the weather. We stressing about, child support. We stressing about our health. We stressing about all this, our job interview. If you give all that to God, give God all your situations. Give him all. And watch what he do for you. It's not your job to stress. I'm telling you, the reason why some of y'all have health issues because you're stressing. I promise you. Half of them health issues that you're going through is because you're stressing. I'm telling you. You're stressing. You're stressing about things that you can't do nothing about. You're stressing about money. You're stressing about, your health. You're trying to stress about all this other stuff. Give it to God. If God is for you, who can be against you? No one. You got to know how to pray. Pray with the Holy Ghost fire. Allow God to use you. Don't be scared to pray. Don't be scared to talk to your partner. Baby, we need to talk. How we going to do this? You sitting around stressing, I'm going to tell you this. It's either you're going to fix your relationship or you're going to leave each other alone. You do not need to be in a relationship with somebody that's going to keep on having you stressing. It's not good. Stress is going to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to kill you eventually. You don't want to be stressing about something that is so small. And you can fix it. It could be something about hanging your coat up in the closet. Your washcloth was on the floor. Your keys were left in the door. Simple things. Communication is a big part in a relationship. You have to pray. And some of you that's watching me, the reason why your relationship is falling and going through what it's going through because nobody praying. You got to push God in your relationship. Push him. Lord, let your will be done in my life. As you push God into your relationship, you begin to see the devil fall. You begin to see things that was going against you is canceled because God's hands was on your life. His hands is on you. I don't care what the devil trying to do. I don't care who trying to set you up. I don't care who trying to go against you. What God put together, let no man separate. Y'all gotta stop allowing people to ruin your marriage. People ruin your family. Ain't nobody can ruin your family but you. What do I mean? You better learn how to put your big drawers on and say, baby, whatever we need to do, let's do it. Whatever we need to do. If we need to get marriage counseling, if we need to get some therapy, if we need to go get some help to save this marriage, do what you gotta do. Don't worry about what people say. People may tell you, girl, what the world you getting counseling for? I'm getting marriage counseling to get some help about marriage. Won't you mind your business? You always gonna have people that is not married to tell you what you need to do. Stop listening to people and allow God to lead you and direct you. If you allow God to lead you and direct you, your relationship will be in hell. It wouldn't be going through certain things. You gotta keep people out your relationship. You gotta keep people out your marriage. You're in a relationship, you telling everybody what's going on. Girl, let me tell you what's going on over here. I'm at home and he can't do this, he can't do that. Then you telling people about your sex life and all this stuff. Some things, this to me, you need to stop it. You don't want to open the door for your marriage. And why you being so personal about what y'all do and all this stuff, let me tell you this, the enemy, listen, you telling your girlfriend and your girlfriend listening and she, oh girl, and she listening to you and she gonna, and that's the one that gonna be doing it with your husband. Y'all better be careful with these best friends. I know what I'm talking about. You better be careful with these female best friends and male best friends. That male best friend trying to hit on your wife, bruh. Listen, they trying to sneak around doing things while you not even around. You better be careful who you talking to. Talking about she the love of my life and she in a bed with your best friend. You gotta be listen, when it comes down to talking, you gotta be very sensitive. Very sensitive who you talking to. I don't even care. Listen to me. I don't care if you talking to the pastor. If you need that much help, I will go to God before I reveal anything to anybody. I will go to God because I know God can keep all my secrets. I know God can keep all my situation. You sitting there telling people about what's going on with you and your husband in the bedroom. People, listen, let me tell you this. You got to be careful. Because there's some people out here that's going against you. They trying to sleep with your husband. They trying to sleep with your wife. You got to be very careful who you telling your business to. And let me tell you this, your best friend, I'm going to tell you right there, you need to stop telling her stuff. You need to stop telling him stuff. Ain't they business what you got going on in your marriage? You telling people about your marriage and they ain't even married. I'm telling you the truth. What the world you telling somebody about your marriage? They not even married. They don't know nothing about no marriage because they in sin. You got no difference between somebody being married and somebody all in sin. I'm telling you, as I got married, God will pull me back from certain people. I can be around certain people. With the word I'm telling you my business to you, and you not married. You're not on the same level as I'm on. So why I need to talk to you about my marriage? You're not there. It's like a waste of breath. I'm telling you, if you're going through so much in your marriage, you need to go to God. The pastor good, but God is better. Let me tell you this, you can't trust nobody. Pastors, sometimes you can't trust them. I'm being honest with you. I've been in church all my life. I seen pastors tell people to sin on pulpit. I seen pastors laugh at people when people were struggling. I was very young. I seen a lot of things happen in church at an early age. Things I shouldn't even have seen. And what I'm telling you is, if you need help in your marriage, you need to go to God. You need to go to your father-in-law, mother-in-law, because sometimes you go to them, they the one ruin your marriage too. Go to God. Whatever your marriage going through, I promise you, God is a healer. He's a way maker. He can move mountains. He can move mistakes. He can move the pain. He can move confusion. You gotta learn how to talk to your partner. Baby, I'm sorry. You don't know how simple it is to tell somebody, I'm sorry. I messed up. Sometimes you gotta tell your husband you're sorry. Sometimes, when I'm going through so much and I'm busy, I apologize to my husband because sometimes I'm busy around the house. Maybe I said something wrong to him, and I had to think about what I said. It could be something like, I get back to it. I talk to you later or something. Good morning, welcome, God bless you. And I would tell him, I'll get back to you. Maybe I was rushing and I said something so fast to him. So all I'm saying to you is important that you communicate. Communication is very important in a relationship. Sometimes you have to do what is best. If you want to see each other grow, you have to pray. I'm telling you, prayer is the strength. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for that. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. You have to pray for each other. The reason why I tell people to pray in your relationship, whether you married or in a relationship, you have to be able to pray. And people say, oh, wow, why are you talking about prayer? Why prayer? No, this is how I talk. I have a soft voice. I'm trying to speak up, but let me speak up a little bit. But all I'm saying to you is this. You have to pray for each other. And when you pray for each other, let me tell y'all this. I'm going to tell y'all a powerful prayer that I did. And this was 4 years ago. This was 4 years ago. I did this prayer. And I never forget, my pastor told me, I told my pastor, this is what I told him. And I'm going to tell y'all how this can help you. Thank you, God bless you. I'm going to tell you how this can help somebody. My pastor came into my house. This was like 4 years ago when I had my daughter. And I told him, I said, Pastor, I love this person so much. Crying and telling my father is my pastor. I'm crying and telling him, I didn't care what I was going through. I just told my dad the truth. I didn't look at my dad as my pastor. I looked at my dad, as my dad. And I was like, I love this person. And I'm crying and everything. And he said to me, okay. He said, you love this person, don't you? I said, yes. I said, I love this person. I want to be with this person forever. Just I'm a woman and I got feelings and, women all emotional or whatever. So I'm up there telling my dad this. My dad is my pastor. And my dad been my pastor 8 years, going on 9 years. And I just told him what I was going through. He said, okay. He said, let me tell you something. This is what I want you to do. I said, what? He said, you love this person so much, Ashley, don't you? I said, yeah, I love him. And he said, I want you to do this. Ask God to show you his heart. Let me tell you this. I'm not lying to y'all. My father told me to do this prayer 4 years ago. And I will never forget this prayer. Listen, let me tell you this. I cried. I got on my knees. I seeked the Lord. And I said, Jesus, show me this man's heart. I was crying like a baby because I needed to know how this man felt about me in his heart. I'm dating this man. I love him. Listen to me. I'm telling y'all one of the past relationships I was in. And I'm up there talking to God, and I'm up there telling God, I'm like, look, I love him. I want to be with him forever. I want to grow our family. I want to get married and all this stuff. And the Lord would tell me, that ain't the one for you. Let me tell you, God would tell me, all I knew was I was getting sick. And the Lord would tell me, this is not it for you, Ashley. And I said, what? I would get sick. My stomach would get the moving. It was like the Holy Spirit was leading me. It was like certain things I couldn't do. All that kissing. I couldn't have sex with the person anymore. Couldn't do anything because when I said, Lord, you take over me. You take control over me. When you begin to put God first, God, I'm telling you, He will fix everything. So let me tell you, I was dating the wrong person for a long time. I was dating this person almost 2 years. And God said, look, this is not the person for you. I put the ring on. God said, this ain't the ring for you. Take it off. Take it off. This is not your husband. I'm telling you. God would show me in dreams. I was in hell. He said, take that ring off your hand. I'm not even lying to y'all. Listen to me. Ever since I've been married to my husband, I have never questioned myself, this, because I know he's the one for me. God told me that was my husband. You understand what I'm saying? I almost got married to the wrong person. If I had not listened to God, I would have been married to the wrong man. But God told me, the man I'm married to today, that's my husband. That's the man that God put me with. Ever since I put that wedding ring on, I couldn't take it off. Now look, the only reason why I ain't got it on, because my finger is getting fat. Okay, I got some fluid going on over here. Okay, 5 months, and our baby is growing. So you know, my fingers getting fat, my toes getting fat, everything is growing over here. So that's the only reason why I don't have a ring on, because my fingers is getting swollen. But nevertheless, you know, God will put you with the right person. If you want to know if that man for you, you pray to God. God, I've been dating this man for 5, 8 years. Let me tell you this. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all may laugh. You may think it's funny. It's not funny. I'm going to tell you the truth. God don't take all day. He don't take all day to answer. I don't know who you praying to, but God don't take all day to answer. You've been with this man for 18 years. The devil is a liar. It don't take all day to get married to somebody. It don't take all that. If you want to know if that man for you, you need to seek the Lord. Lord, show me this man heart. Show me who he is. See, some of y'all with these people, you don't know how they feel about you. I'm going to go a little deep with you. You don't know how they feel about you, but you tell me, I love him. I love her. Go a little deeper. Lord, if it's your will, let it be done in my life. If this person is really for me, you show me. That's the prayer that I did 4 years ago. When I had my daughter, I was dating her father, and my pastor came to my home. I wanted to get baptized. I wanted to be free. He said, I cannot baptize you because you in sin. He said, the only way I can baptize you, you gotta get away from confusion. I can't baptize you because you in sin. You doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So I talked to my pastor. I said, what can I do? He said, I need you to pray. I need you to get on your face and start seeking the Lord. I'm not even lying to y'all. I start seeking God, and let me tell you, God revealed things to me. You talking about? Let me tell you this. Y'all better stop listening to what these doctors tell you. These doctors will tell you your child stupid and all this stuff, but let me tell you this. God will reveal to your child what you can't see. Did you hear what I said? God will reveal to your child what you can't see. God will do some things through you to show you who he is. Y'all better listen. You want to know answers about stuff. You want to know what's going on in your life. You got to stay prayed up. You have to stay prayed up. It's no excuse. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what else to do. Prayer is the key to any relationship. You have to pray for each other. Why are you stressing? You married. Why are you stressing? Ain't no way I'm going to be stressing. I want to be happy. I want to be glad. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be appreciative. I want you to be faithful. I want you to be real with me. I don't want you to be sitting around me lying and talking about all this stuff. So I love you, baby. And the next thing you know, you rolling over with somebody else. I'm telling anybody, I promise you, as God is my witness, if you want to know the truth, if you want to know the truth about that man, If you want to know the truth about that woman, you bring them to God. How do you do that? Bring them to your church. I ain't lying to you. My husband, when we was younger, when we was in our early 20s, I'm not lying to y'all. When we was in our early 20s, I brought him to my church. I told my dad, I said, Dad, I love this man. You need to love Jesus. I said, I love this man. Brought him to my church. Brought him to my church. Went to church with me, we praising God together. Ain't nothing like praising God together with the person you love. You, listen to me, you want to be walking together. You don't want to be walking unequally yoked. Me and him walking together. He's a Christian, I'm a Christian. We walking together. Now listen, we're not perfect. But when you walking together, you're standing for each other. You're willing to do whatever I gotta do, baby. Whatever. When my husband was sick, I was there for him. Ain't no way I say, oh, you know what, doctor, ain't nothing I can do. Let me tell you this, some of y'all as a wife, some of you as a husband, you need to stop being selfish. You got a good partner, you got a good person that love you for who you are, you need to learn how to seek. I told y'all, when I first got married, I had a mouth problem. Sometimes I had to shut my mouth. Sometimes you talk too much. You try to wonder why your relationship ain't working. You're talking too much. That's what's killing your relationship. You don't know when to shut up as a woman. You don't know when to shut your mouth as a man. I don't know why my relationship going through this. Because you talk too much. Lord, change me. Lord, work on me. Lord, deliver me. Some of y'all need to be delivered from childhood trauma. Be delivered from things that you went through. Bringing all that junk in your marriage and you want people to deal with that mess. Some of y'all have been through some things. You need to let that stuff go. You're married now. You're a wife. You're a wife and you up there treating your husband like he a knife. You got to love that man. Appreciate him. Kiss him. Love him. Baby, I love you. I told my husband, I'm with you. I'm with you through it all. When he's sick, I'm right there. I don't care what time it is. If I need help that bad, I ask my parents to watch my kids. That's what I had to do. When he went to the hospital, me and my husband, I had to do whatever I had to do to help him. When he was in the hospital, my parents was watching the children. He needed to go to the hospital to get his heart and lungs and all this stuff checked. I was there for him. Let me tell you this. You want to be married, but you can't handle the weight. You got to learn. Listen, before me and him got married, listen to me. Before me and him got married, I was already taking care of him when he was sick. I told y'all, in my early 20s, after I had Andrew, I think he had a surgery about 2000, and I would say 18, around that time. When he had that surgery, I was right there. I still got pictures of when he had his surgery. But I'm there for him because I love him. I prayed for him. I asked God, I said, God, send him back to me. This the man I want to be with. Let me tell you this. God know your heart before you tell him anything. He know who you love. He know who you want to be with. God knew that I wanted to be with him. And let me tell you this. It's not about money. Listen to me. It's not about that. People like, oh, well, you may not got enough money. It's not about that. He cares for me. He loved me for who I am. I ain't got to fake it. I ain't got to fake it with my man. I'm 100% with him. I ain't got to fake and put, fake things in my bra, put, fake underwears on and all this. I ain't got to fake it because he know me. He know when I'm lying. He know when I'm telling the truth. Listen to me. That's how your partner study you. Y'all need a person that gonna love you for who you are. You don't need nobody that's stressing you. If somebody's stressing you, you need to move away from that. Listen to me. I'm telling y'all, as God is my witness, it don't take no 8 years to get married. I'm not even lying to you. It don't take no 8 years. It don't take 12 years. It don't take 15 years for you to know that's the one. God know I ain't lying. I remember one time this lady told me her story, talking about she was young when she met this man and all this stuff, and now she couldn't even have the babies. I told her, look, if you pray, you give God your situation, God will give you a child. You keep people out your business. I tell people this all the time. You don't want to get marriage counseling from me. Let me tell you this, I am not a therapist, but I do not mind talking to people and helping people out in their relationship. If you need help, I would tell you, go to God. That's the best advice I can tell anybody. You go to God, and God will tell you what you need to do. Stop running. I'm telling y'all the truth. Stop running to these pastors. Because let me tell you, some of these pastors are full of sin. They are full of it. They'll tell you all this stuff, and they're doing things they shouldn't be doing. You run into the pastor, run into the bishop. Run to God. Whatever you're going through in your relationship, I promise you, God can heal you. Ain't nothing too hard for God. You pray to God. Lord, let your will be done. And God will heal it. I'm telling you, I went to God when I was in sin. I'm telling you, I was up there in sin, having sex. I wasn't even married. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm getting raw a little bit. I got to be honest with you. I was in sin, having sex. I wasn't married. And let me tell you this. God told me, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. If you love me, you'll do right. I did whatever I had to do to get closer to God. Oh, let me tell you, when I got closer and God saved me, oh, the devil came out. The man told me he wanted to kill me, and all this crazy stuff started coming out his mouth. All this stuff was being revealed. Hallelujah. Shabbat, I thank you, Jesus. When you begin to put God first, God will show you your enemies in front of you. God will show you your haters that is trying to stab you in your back. God will show you who is going against you. What I'm telling you is stay prayed up. I don't care what season you in. You can be in fall season. You can be in winter season. You can be in spring season. You can be in summer season. You need to stay prayed up in all seasons. Lord, help me to keep myself until I get married. Lord, help me to stay faithful to you. You ain't got to listen to me. Don't you ever, listen to me, step yourself low for a man. You tell him, look, I love you, but I love God more. Whatever I got to do to get saved, I'm telling y'all, whatever I had to do to get saved, I pulled away from certain people. I'm telling you. This girl would tell you, she my witness, she know. She said, Ashley, man, you ain't talked to me for a long time. I cut people off. Because listen, when I knew that I was going through hell and I was going through some stuff, I let everybody go. I said, Lord, it's me and you and my children. Holding my daughter, weeping. Lord, help us. Lord, give us a place with our name on it. Crying day by day, night by night, and fasting 7 days, weeping. Lord, have mercy on me. When you begin to weep, when you begin to cry out, when you begin to give God your whole heart, he will come for you. But I'm telling you, you got to change the way you living. Living in sin ain't going to help you. Got to get out of sin. Got to get out that adultery. David, he was in sin, but he came to God. Create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew the right spirit within me. Lord, whatever you need to do, clean me. Clean me, purge. Listen, do whatever you got to do. Make me whiter than snow. God would do it. I'm telling you, you going through so much, you go to God. You ain't got to go through no pastor. I don't care what his title is. I will go to God because God is my witness. Go to God. You ain't got to go to no pastor. I tell people this all the time. Go to God. Okay? Sometimes you can't trust these pastors. Can't trust them. Listen, they know too much about your life. And you know more about them. What they doing. So what I'm saying to you is you stay prayed up. You do whatever you need to do. Keep seeking the Lord. Stay on the altar. And say, Lord, let your will be done. You got to stay prayed up. Can't worry about what people are saying. People, listen to me. People gonna talk about you. People gonna say things about you. You can't sit there and worry about what they talking about. You got to do what's best for you. Lord, whatever you need to do, you save my relationship. Lord, you save my marriage. And you keep seeking God. You keep seeking God. Because I'm telling you, the devil will do whatever he can to blind you. But if you continue to put God first, everything in your life will come to pass. I promise you. Let me tell you, I wasn't always a Christian. People may say, oh, you was always a Christian. No, I wasn't. I wasn't always a Christian. Yes, when I was growing up, my parents had us in the church all the time. You understand what I'm saying? I grew up as a Seventh-day Pentecostal. Been in church all my life. I know about Jesus. I know about all that. But one time I stepped out of church. When I stepped out of church, I stepped in sin. I stepped into wrongdoing. But I made up my mind. I made up my mind to find Jesus. I said, Lord, I need you to help me. People don't understand. I'm going to tell y'all something. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you're in sin, it's like you're in another world. It's like you're in another world. And I'm going to start getting more deeper in my topics as you watch me more. You got to stay subscribed to my channel because I'm going to get deeper in my videos. I'm going to get deeper about, a lot of stuff. You just have to stay subscribed to my channel. And when you in sin, it's like the devil taking over you. And I knew so many things was going on within me. That's why I gave myself to God, because I knew that I couldn't handle that lifestyle out there in that world. And I made up in my mind, I said, Lord, I need you to help me. I didn't want to be in sin anymore. I didn't want to live my life in sin. I didn't want to live two lifestyles. I was living two lifestyles. One minute I was a Christian. The next minute I was living in sin. I'm telling y'all the truth. In the morning, I'm a Christian, and then at night, I'm something totally different. And I said to God, I said, look, I need you to help me to change. I need you to help me to make up my mind. I know I want to be saved, and I talked to God. I had a personal relationship with him. I said, Lord, I want to be saved. And he said to me, you know when you change, you cannot go back, Ashley, right? I said, yes, I know. And I cried. I cried like a baby. I cried like a baby on my bed. I cried. And I said, Lord, I need you to help me. See, one thing I can tell you about my old apartment, I went through hell in there, but I also got saved there. Did you hear what I said? I went through hell in my old apartment, but I also got saved there. I got saved at my old apartment, in my old apartment. I'm praying and seeking God. Next thing I know, I was speaking in tongues. God saved me when I was in the midst of my trouble. Hallelujah. When you're in the midst of trouble, God said, I will be with you to the end. Don't worry about what people say. People, let me tell you this. Family going to judge you. They going to talk about you. I want to tell you this right here. Family going to talk about you. They going to pull you down. They going to say whatever they want to say about you. Don't worry about that. I'm going to tell you this. I got so many people that still talking about me. I don't care what you're talking about. I know who I am. I'm a child of the Most High. Yes, my story maybe was crooked. But let me tell you this. God got me. He lifted me up. If God can lift me up, he can change anybody. If he changed me, he can change you. You hear me? So don't listen to people. People will tell you anything. If God can change me, he can change you. Nothing is too hard for God. Nothing. I don't care what people say. Ain't nothing too hard for God. You keep seeking God. You keep staying in his presence. And you keep putting God first. And you say, Lord, let your will be done in my life. And I promise you, stop stressing. It's not worth that. If he got you stressing like that, you need to leave him alone. If she got you stressing like that, you don't need to be with somebody like that. You want to be with somebody that love you and appreciate you for who you are. Okay? So I want to say to you, keep your head up, be strong. I love you all. I'm here for you. If you need any advice, if you need any help, I'm right here. My email is ashleysimone0713@gmail.com. If you want to give a donation, you can cash at me, $AshleySimone93. Everything is in the description below this video. I want to say to everyone, keep your head up. Whatever you're going through, you're going to get through this. It's not the end of the world. You have to learn how to pray. Pray over yourself. Pray over your husband. Pray over your wife. Pray over your kids. Every day I'm learning myself. Just because I'm a prophet don't mean I know everything. I don't know everything. I don't. So I'm telling you, you stay prayed up. You put God first. You pray over your kids. Put your hands up and say, Lord, that your will be done. And watch what God do for you. So I want to say to you, I love you all. I want to say to you, continue to put God in everything you do. When you put God in everything you do, things in your life will come to pass. I'm telling you. Ever since I've been saved, I see a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. And I thank God every day that I'm not living in sin. I thank Him. Because I tell you, giving your life to the enemy, listen, it's crazy. People just giving up. They don't know what else to do. They're giving their life to the devil. They killing themselves. They just don't know what else to do. You got to stay prayed up. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care if you got $1 in your wallet. Some days I was broke. I didn't let that stop me. Some days I ain't had no job. I didn't let that stop me. Because if God is for me, who can be against me? God gave me a job when I ain't had nothing. God gave me money when I ain't had nothing. I'm telling y'all, I told y'all before. So many of y'all, I remember, I ain't had nothing in my account. Somebody blessed me with five. Do you hear me? Somebody blessed me with so much on my channel. Some people, I'm telling you, they had blessed me with 5,000, 200, 2,000, 1,000. Because when you got God on your side, God is going to provide. He going to provide the money for you. He going to provide the help that you need. Ain't about who mad at you and who jealous of you and all this. Who cares? As you grow and you get bigger in God, yes, you're going to have haters. I'm going to tell you the truth. You're going to have haters. People going to hate you. People going to talk about you. They going to say whatever they want. But you got to stay prayed up. You put God first in everything you do. So whatever you're going through, you pray about it. Ain't nothing too hard for God. You pray for your husband. Don't put him down. Don't talk about your wife. Don't put her down. Sometimes you got to give each other space. You give each other 2 days. Okay, all right now. Now I gave you your space. Now it's time to talk. Hi, baby. How you doing? And give each other some sugar and relax. You don't need no break 5 days. You ain't seeing each other. You need to come home and love each other. Ain't no way he gonna be in a hotel and you at home. No, you gotta communicate. Talk to each other. Love each other. And what's gonna strengthen your relationship is marriage. Marriage, you gotta go to marriage counseling. Marriage counseling is good. Also, you need to get some help. When you know that your marriage is going through rock bottom, you arguing, you streaming and all this, I tell anybody, listen to me. Believe me, I'm about to say something, and I want everybody to listen to this. If you know that you are having sex and you are not married, listen to me carefully, and you are not married, you and that person need to get some counseling. Why I say get some counseling, I say get counseling because you want to make sure that's the person for you. Sometimes we can be blind as a woman and we can't see if that person really for us because sometimes you can be with a man for a long time and he's just there for you, just for sex. He could be just using you for his needs. If you love that man so much, go get some counseling from your church and God will reveal to you if that man is for you. Don't you be wasting your time with a man for 5, 10, 8 years, 20 years, and all this stuff. Wasting your life. I seen so many women came to me, told me, Ashley, look, I've been with this man for 14 years. I've been with this man for 20 years, and they older than me. And I say, look, I am not no marriage counselor, but I can tell you what you can do. You got to pray. You got to remove yourself from certain things like that. But if you love that person so much that you say that you do, you ask God, is that your spouse? I'm telling you the truth. Don't be wasting your life with this man. I don't care what nobody tell you. I'm telling you the truth. Because listen to me. I've been there. I've done that. Listen to me. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not going to tell y'all no lie. I've been there. I was in sin. I was up there having sex, up there kissing and all that. Sometimes you get tired of that junk. Get tired of all that kissing and smooching. Get tired of that. All that cuddling up and smooching all in the bedroom and all that. You get tired of that. Hello? Are we going to get married or what? Don't be with nobody wasting your time. I love you, but what's going on? All that. It don't take all that. It don't take all that. I've been with you a what? 20 years? Okay. It's time for a change. It's time to get married. Is either you gonna get married or you're not. I'm telling you. You don't need to be with nobody that's gonna waste your time. You hear me? Don't be with somebody that's gonna waste your time. Ask God if that's the person that you're supposed to be with. God will reveal it to you. I'm telling you, God will reveal to you who is your spouse. I'm telling you. I was dating somebody for a long time, and God said, that's not the one I'm putting you with. Leave that person alone and back away from that person. Some of y'all dating the devil and don't even know it. You gotta leave the devil alone. You want God to help you to get married and all this stuff, and you dating the devil. You dating him. If you dating the devil, God, listen, God telling you, he warned you. You gotta leave this man alone. This man ain't it. I'm telling you. You want God to help you, you gotta learn how to listen. I listened to God. I was asleep, and let me tell you, that dream scared me. The dream scared me because I was in hell. I was in hell. And God, that dream, let me tell you, that dream scared the heck out of me. I woke up crying like a baby. Woke up crying like a baby. I said, I got to get out of sin or I'm going to go to hell. You know the truth. Let's be honest. You know the truth and you still doing adultery. You know the truth. You know the 10 commandments. You know about church. You know about all this. Listen to me. You know about God. You know about the church. You know about keeping God's commandments. You know about living right. But you choose to live wrong because you want to get your feeling on. I don't care what that man talking about. I love you, but I love God more. I can't be with you because you're stressing me. I can't be with you because you're wasting my time. Stop being with somebody that's going to waste your time. You need to be with somebody that's going to love you, appreciate you. Listen, I'm dating you. Listen, I want you to meet my family. I want you to meet my parents. I'm dating this person, and they haven't seen the person that I'm dating. My parents haven't seen the person that I'm dating. Why are you hiding? Let me tell you this. I tell women this all the time. I know you don't want your parents in your business. I know you don't want them to know who you're dating. But tell them. It can save your life. You'll thank me later. I used to be like that too. Oh, I don't want them to know who I'm dating. And all that. I'd be 18 years old. I was 18 years old. They was somebody 5 years older than me. I'm telling you. It's good to let your parents know who you talking to. Because you never know who out here doing things. Okay? Okay. You got to be praying. So all I want to say to y'all, stay prayed up. Put God first and understand God will help you whatever you're going through. So keep praying, keep fasting, and just know that God is working on your behalf. There's no reason for you to be stressing. You ain't got to stress. You put your relationship in the hands of God and let God heal you. You're going to go through some things. I'm not saying life is perfect, but you're going to go through some ups and downs. But you don't deserve to be treated wrong. You deserve to be treated right. And if this person can't appreciate you, you need to learn how to just say, you know what? God bless you. Listen to me. Don't fight evil with evil. Fight evil with good. When they want to be disrespectful, you know what? I hate you and all this stuff. Let me tell you this. You don't be mean to them. God bless you. You take care of yourself. And that's it. You ain't got to go back and forth with them and say all this stuff to them. Because let me tell you this. That's what the devil wants you to do. Let me tell you, the devil wants you to hate them. The devil wants you to wish all this stuff on them. I rebuke it. You Live your life to the fullest. What God has for you is for you. God ain't going to put you with somebody that's going to keep breaking your heart playing with you. God wants you to be with somebody that's going to love you. He don't want you to be with somebody that's going to break your heart over playing with you, cheating on you, and using you. Y'all have to understand, as a woman, you are precious. You a gift to that man. You don't know how you change his life. You don't know what you have done to him to make him a better man. All I'm saying to you is you gotta ask God to help you. And ask God for the strength that you need. Yeah, I'm telling you. You don't want to be with this man and you open your legs and all this stuff. You need to ask God to help you. Some of y'all need to be celibate. Wait till you get married. Wait till you get married. I was celibate for 2 years and a half. I prayed, I fasted. I asked God to help me keep myself. I prayed for over my stomach. I prayed over my stomach. Lord, you help me keep me. Keep me. See, some people don't know. Y'all know my story, but you don't know the sacrifice. You don't know the pain. You don't know the stuff that I carried. For me to be here, it took a lot of sacrificing. I had to stop doing certain things to get to this level. I had to leave certain people alone. Going this way of God way, you gotta leave people alone. Can't carry you can't carry everybody with your family too. Can't carry family members with you. Family members can be your biggest haters. Family members sometimes can be your enemies. They mad at you because you married before them. They mad at you because you got more children. Listen, don't sit around worrying. Pray and give it to God. I'm telling you. Don't let that man stress you out. Don't let that woman stress you out. You pray and you give it to God. And say, Lord, let your will be done. And watch what God do for you both. You begin to see changes. You begin to see things happening in your life. If it's meant to be, God will show you. But I'm telling you, you don't want to be living an adultery life. Listen, you need to be married. Can't be out here shacking and doing things and thinking that God gonna keep you. God ain't gonna keep that. God don't keep foolishness. God don't keep stuff like that. You gotta come to the truth. You want God to help you, you gotta come to the light. Can't keep on throwing adultery and thinking that God gonna give you too many chances. He ain't gonna give you too many chances. I told y'all, before I got to where I'm at today, I was living in sin. But that sin I got tired of doing. I got tired of doing that stuff. Got tired of having sex and doing things wrong. I made up my mind. Say, Lord, I'm following you. I'm going to do what you want me to do. You got to make up your mind. You can't continue to be in sin and think that God going to do everything for you. Some of y'all lazy. You got to get up and pray. God tell you, if you love me, you keep my commandments. Keep his commandments in your heart. Keep his commandments. Be obedient. Do what he asks you to do. You ain't got to keep on doing things that is wrong. You listen, you got to make up in your mind. You got to make up in your mind and say, Lord, let your will be done. Let your will be done. And God will help you. God will help you. You got to learn how to bring everything to God's attention. I don't care what it is. Whatever your addictions is, whatever your problems is, whatever your confusion, whatever your story is, you give it to God. God never judged me. I don't care what I had did in my life. He never judged me. He never put me down. He always told me, if you love me, you keep my commandments. If you love me, you come back to me, Ashley. So many times I left God. So many times I said, you know what? I don't need God. I'm being honest with you. Sometimes I said that. I said, I said, God, why would I be going through all this? Y'all have to understand, the storm that you're going through, you're going to go through the storm. Listen to me. You're going to go through some things in your life. It's not going to always be easy. It's not going to be ice cream and vanilla all the time. You're going to go through some suffering. You're going to go through some pain. You're going to go through some hard time. But God said, I will never leave you or forsake you. He said, I will be with you to the very end. But I need you to get yourself together. That's why I got to pull you away from certain people. You got friends. You got family around you. You got to teach them. Oh, how you get to where you at? God. Why you where you at? God. God is the answer. for the world. You got to tell people, I'm here because of God. I tell people this all the time. I got testimonies on different stories about my sin, the things that I was doing, and God saved me. God saved me so many times. God saved you so many times you giving up because you don't know what else to do. Y'all better learn how to praise God through your pain, your frustration. I can't do it no more. It's too much. If that man, that woman stressing you, you need to leave them alone. You can't work nothing out if it's not meant to be. God revealing to you that that's not the person that you need to be with. I don't know what you're looking for, but that is not the person that God wants you to be with. That man ain't gonna put you through all that stuff and all this and you stressing yourself out. That's not the person that God wants you to be with. Y'all praying for marriage. You can't pray for marriage and you still sinning. Some things you gotta change. You gotta change about yourself. You ask God for marriage, you gotta make some changes in your life. Whatever I gotta do, let me tell you, this is what I did. When I knew I was praying for marriage, let me tell you this, before I prayed for marriage, I moved away from sin. I stopped having sex. I stopped doing it. I stopped it. I said, that's it. This is shut down. You hear me? Shut it down. Yes, indeed. You got to get out there sin. You up there giving the man your body, and he don't care about you. That's crazy. Y'all better stop it. Talking about, I was feeling so low, I just had to do it. You ain't had to do nothing. Don't be dumb. Use your brain and let God help you. Say, Lord, you guide me, you strengthen me every step of the way, and God will do it for you. Okay? So I want to say to you, keep pushing, keep believing and trusting God, and know that God gonna make a way for you. You have to keep believing in yourself. You don't have to settle for less. You settle for better. Don't be with a man that's gonna be using you and abusing you and all this stuff. Y'all gotta pay attention to these red flags. If you see that he cheating and all this stuff, you don't need to be with somebody like that. Come here, mommy. You don't need to be with somebody like that. So I'm telling you, you stay prayed up. Let me use the bathroom. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm coming. You got to do whatever you need to do. You keep praying, you keep fasting, you give yourself to God. And say, Lord, let your will be done. And watch what God do for you. I'm telling you, you don't have to be living like this, living in a situation like you got to hide things what you're doing and all this stuff. God don't want you to be like that. You ain't got to do that. I know what I'm talking about. I used to be like that, hiding my lifestyle. And you ain't got to do that. Because guess what? Me being a pastor kid, my dad know what I was doing. He knew it. My dad knew what I was doing. I told him. When he asked me, yeah, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm having sex. I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? Had an attitude. And you listen. Let me tell you this. People think a lot of pastor kids ain't going to mess up. The same attention that other people out there getting, pastor kids, let me tell you, they just paying more attention to the pastor kids. But let me tell you this. Everybody going to go through something. Just because you went through something don't mean that you hold your head down. You lift your head up and you keep moving. Yeah, I made some mistakes. I did some things in my life. And let me tell you this. I'm going to keep on walking. And I'm going to keep on preaching. I'm going to keep on doing what God has for me. And don't you ever let nobody tell you, oh, let me tell you, you all that sin that you went through and all this stuff, you just living in adultery. Let me tell you this. You let go of your past. You let it go and you keep on moving forward and you put God first. Don't worry about what people say about your past. You got to move past that and put God where all that brokenness is at. And I promise you, you'll see what God do for you. Okay? So I love you. I want to say don't give up. Pray about all things. If you need me, go to my description below this video. I'm here to help anybody. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care where you at in your life. You can contact me through my email. You can give me a donation if you feel led on your heart to give me a donation. I love y'all. I'm here for you. I'm not here to put you down. I'm here to help you to get closer to God each and every day. I'm here to help y'all. So I love you. You be encouraged. You keep your head up and you be strong. Better days are coming, and guess what? You're almost there. So keep on living for the truth and keep living and give yourself to God. God's going to help you, and he's going to work it out for your good. I love you. Have a great, beautiful day. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Take care. And remember, don't give up. Pray about all things. God bless you. Take care.